first video in this series, so check out that link, but we'll cover it more in a minute. And your Windows audio, it'll open the same like that, as well as speakers that you have. So most of you can professional in a be sent your got OBS to pick up these devices. You need to screw them that you have. Puts it to alright, open up. I have selected. But because if we go over here to speakers, which our Skype is going out of, or webcam from the top. Once you're done with your settings, hit apply and hit OK, and it will be reflected in your mixer if, for example, you add a secondary microphone or desktop audio device. So now we have 2 desktop audio, and then we can balance it. So this top one is going to be our game sound. This bottom one, which is desktop audio 2.
Look, baby girl, you're so damn fine though. I'm trying to know if I can hit it from behind though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine though. And when it's over, I press rewind though. Hey, you talking bands, girl, I got it. Benjamin's all in my pocket. I traded in my trues for some robins. You playing Batman, Fetty's gonna rob him. Hey, I got a Glock in my Rari. Hey, 17 shots, no 38. I got a Glock in my Rari. 17 shots, no 38. She's fine. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walked past like praise, rewind to see that as one more time. And I got this soda. For me boys, they know us. All fast money, no slow bucks. No one can control us.
Yeah, my city. Tell me what you see. Is it money or it's me? I smoke 20, smell a weed. I got honeys in my V. They like Monty, can you be my baby daddy? I'm like, yeah. I got robins on my jeans. You see the wings on every pair. All you see is Remy boys. You know my niggas everywhere. And if somebody got a problem, we could meet up anywhere. Now go say some. Don't you niggas play dumb. You know where we came from. You don't want sauce, no A1.
Yeah, she's fine. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walked past like praise, rewind to see that as one more time. And I got this soda. For me boys, they know us. All fast money, no slow bucks. No one can control us. Yeah, baby.
Hey, she cutie, yeah, she fine, make me wanna make her mine. She ain't nothing like them bambos. If you like it, we could swerve, we could light and stain the purple and pluck it out the window. We could play and press rewind, got her singing every time. Take a high note for me, girlfriend. Got my city looking rude, I ain't Diddy, I ain't lone, but I think I need a girlfriend. She feeling great as I'm talking to her. She a Remy girl, so I'm gon' pursue her. I brought a lot of loud, lot of Rem to sip on. $1,000 when I get my tip on, I'm off her. Asked her if a fatty real, she said I saw her. Got her with the happy feel, I'm about to spoil her. Got her with the happy feel, I'm about to spoil her. Oh my.
She's fine. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walked past like praise, rewind to see that as one more time. And I got this soda. For me boys, they know us. All fast money, no slow Ay, all headshots, 50, you can take my bitch. Ay, and I'm too tough when I shoot, swear I won't miss. Ay, baby, won't you come my way? Baby, won't you come my way? Baby, this is something you should know. I don't ever chase no hoe.
Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Nigga, started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Nigga, started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team fucking here. I done kept it real from the jump. Living at my mama's house, we'd argue every month, nigga. I was trying to get it on my own. Working all night, traffic on the way home. And my uncle calling me like, where you at? I gave you the keys, so you bring it right back, nigga. I just think it's funny how it goes. Now I'm on the road, $500,000 for a show. And
started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team's freaking here. Oh my gosh!
Hi. Is this on sale?
Yes, top season is the regime, babe. I can't tell you anything else. This is medicated lip ointment, but I want you to know, with that being said, I still think you're straight gorgy, and I would love for you to accompany me to my crib so I can show you how I live, and you can get based with me and 18 of my best dogs.
Yo, your girlfriend's looking, man. She sounds super pregnant.
We
right now.
Oh, thanks.
Out of my work clothes.
Right.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here, nigga. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here, nigga. nigga. Boys tell stories about the man. Say I never struggled, wasn't hungry, yeah, I doubt it, nigga. I could turn your boy into the man. There ain't really much out here that's popping off without us, nigga. We just want the credit where it's due. I'ma worry about me, give a fuck about you, nigga. Just as a reminder to myself, I wear every single chain, even when I'm in the house. Cause we started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here, nigga. No new niggas, nigga, we don't feel that. Fuck a fake friend, where your real friends at? We don't like to do too much explaining. Story stay the same, I never changed it. No new niggas, nigga, we don't feel that. Fuck a fake friend, where your real friends at? We don't like to do too much explaining. Story stay the same through the money and the fame. Cause we started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here, nigga. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here, nigga. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here, nigga. Cause we started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here, nigga. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here, nigga. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here, nigga.
Wicked or weakness, you gotta see this. Yeah. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances. Finesse a nigga with some counterfeits, but now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. Ooh, that pussy good. Once you sit it on my taste buds, I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block, then break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Piss out your per diem, you just gotta hate them funk. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes funk. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke, put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Bitch, be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Bitch, sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Bitch, sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Who that nigga thinking that he frontin' on that man? Get the fuck off my stage, I'm the same man. Get the fuck off my dick, that ain't right. I make a play, fucking up your whole life. I'm so fucking sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me something natural like Afro with your pride. Show me something natural like ass with some stretch marks. Still take you down right on your mama couch in polo sock. Ayy, this shit way too crazy. Ayy, you do not amaze me. Ayy, I blew cool from ACA. Obama just page me. Ayy, I don't fabricate it. Ayy, most of y'all be faking. Ayy, I stay modest about it. Ayy, she elaborated. Ayy, this that great poupon, that AV on that TED talk. Ayy, watch my soul speak. You let the meds talk. Ay, if I kill a nigga, it won't be the alcohol. Ay, I'm the realest nigga after all. Bitch, be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Bitch, sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Bitch, sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
Good. Hey. Saying so good. Fuck with me if they want it.
Say, little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the school, I can get them both, I don't wanna choose. And I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look,
Taylor Gang, let's get it.
Young Money.
Yeah. There's some people coming with me and I know who they are. And some that just ain't gon' make it and I know who they are. And I know they ain't gon' like it, but it's quite alright. I ain't need no one my whole life, and I've done alright. I can do bad by myself. These days you never can tell, except the people who've been with me and they know who they are. Yeah, they know my true colors and they see what they are. When I pull up in that white on white, they ain't gon' like. And that green inside they eye, yeah, cause that's they true colors. When I pull up in that white on white, good God almighty. And that green inside my pocket, yeah, cause that's my true colors. All I do is smoke weed and get paid. That jealousy I can see in they face. That green is all that I make. Call it fate or call me perfect with timing. Call me crazy, don't call my phone. Call me covered with diamonds, call me boss man. Young Khalifa man. I was on the ground when y'all wasn't sticking to the plan. Learn the game just like the back of my hand. Back in demand, back with them bands. She on her back of the bands. Goddamn, goddamn. Up in that white on white, they ain't gon' lie. And that green inside they eye, yeah, cause that's the true colors. When I pull up in that white on white, good God almighty. And that green inside my pocket, yeah, cause that's my true colors. Yeah, cause that's my true colors. Yeah, cause that's my true colors. When I pull up in that white on white, they ain't gon' like. And that green inside my pocket, yeah, cause that's my true colors.
I said, baby, we made it, even though niggas hate it. Did everything I stated, I am so innovative. All my girls getting faded and all my whips candy painted. Call me Nikki and Ali, these bitches know I'm the greatest. Cause I pull up in the white, pull up in the black, pull up in the back, pull up with some niggas that feeling black. Got the hella best fans, hella wet sands, hella jet plans. Married to the game, they don't need a best man. They know I'm a mogul for real. I branded a color, pink is the color. Can't wait to unveil a pink print cover.
When I pull up in that white on white, they ain't gon' like. And that green inside they eye, yeah, cause that's the true colors. When I pull up in that white on white, good God almighty. And that green inside my pocket, yeah, cause that's my true colors. Yeah, cause that's my true colors. Yeah, cause that's my true colors. When I pull up in that white on white, they ain't gon' like. And that green inside my pocket, yeah, cause that's my true colors. Always been, always was, the one who win. Ain't trying to take a loss. Count faces, spinning faces, big faces. Look at they faces. Oh, real, that's my true colors. Rich, that's
my true colors. If you a real nigga, let's get it, let's get it. Let's get it, let's get it. If you a rich nigga, let's get it, let's get it. Let's get it, let's get it.
When I pull up in that white on white, they ain't gon' lie. And that green inside they eye, yeah, cause that's the true colors. When I pull up in that white on white, good God almighty. And that green inside my pocket, yeah, cause that's my true colors. Yeah, yeah, cause that's my true colors. Yeah, yeah, cause that's my true colors. When I pull up in that white on white, they ain't gon' lie. And that green inside my pocket, yeah, cause that's my true colors.
Get high, get high, get high, get high, get high. West side, west side, west side, west side, west side. Young Moolah, baby. We having a celebration, let us stay high. We having a celebration, let us stay high. We having a celebration, let us stay high. We having a celebration, let us stay high.
Nigga blowing on that hell, hell. Breaking down them trees. I'm out the door with that dro and them keys. Scooping up Chris and I'm hitting the freeway. Yeah. Got a whole zip of that perk. Got a couple hoes home with no clothes on. Get they roll on, let's twerk. Now we hot boxing that ghost. Ace all in that dough. Ray-Bans on my face. Never know when my eyes low. Smoke good, fuck good. Eat good, steakhouse. She said backwoods, kill switches. You eat, take out. Yeah. But I love fucking in red bone. She country thick and that hair long. That pussy killer, she dead wrong. She went to high with her hair strong. Her mama tossed her legs long. She went to college and got a master's. Now she bringing that bread home. Roll up.
Put the pep in the blind. Put the pep in the blind. West side, west side, west side, west side, west side. We having a celebration, let us stay high. 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 We having a celebration, let us stay high.
It's a celebration, all in the pole, they doing the dance. Anticipating, I'm feeling your body, hoping that you would just give me a chance. Goddamn, babe, just hold your glass up for this toast. My cash up and your ass up, and I'm the one that's tipping the most tonight.
If you write anything on your computer, you need to get Grammarly.
I write pretty much all day, every day, and Grammarly makes my writing better.
As a student, I like that it's free.
It actually is correcting everything as I'm writing it.
Grammar errors, spelling errors, and even helps me find the right words to use so I can say what I want to say.
It catches all those embarrassing little mistakes before I hit send.
I downloaded Grammarly around my freshman year because I was just horrible at typing.
Grammarly is like my secret weapon for writing papers.
It's the perfect tool for your resume. You know, you don't want any errors when it's your first impression.
I use Grammarly for important emails, social media posts, which there are a lot of.
I've used every tool out there.
Matthias be wondering.
Baby, I want you back right now.
Baby, I want you back right now.
Yeah, the way you love, can you teach me how?
Yeah, the way you love, can you teach me how?
Di mahabay ang gatang, okay lang sa akin. Kasi pagtapos na magalit, di kay bumabawi. Kahit tinotopak, mahal pa rin palagi. Kaya please, come back to me. Siguro nga ay lasing lang ako, kaya ako nagkakaganto. Pero alam naman natin, hanggang ngayon ay ikaw pa rin. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun ay dapat magbalikan. Sinubukan na dati pero puro alita. Ayaw maging parang sirang plaka, paulit-ulit kahit hindi tinadhana. Okay na ako sa ganto. Masaya na alaala ay binulsa ko. Bagay tayo muli ay mahirap na konsepto. Masakit parang kinagat ako ng insekto. Kailangan tanggapin na hanggang lingon na lang tayo. Kaya ito, aawit na lang. Baby, I want you back right now.
Baby, I want you back right now.
Yeah, the way you love, can you teach me how?
Yeah, the way you love, can you teach me how?
Di mahabay ang gatang, okay lang sa akin. Kasi pagtapos na magalit, di kay bumabawi. Kahit tinotopak, mahal pa rin palagi. Kaya please, Come back to me.
Kinukusinti ko palagi ang sarili ko. Buhay ko na naging bigo. Muling balik ako sa bahay mo. Adyan na siya nilabasan na si tanga ng pagmamahal niya. Babalik-balikan lang pala parang pelikula. Oy, ano ba naman yung B? Pati ka mapakali. Gutom ka ba? Gusto mo ba ma-Jollibee? Puro paikot tayong dalawa. Parang Ferris wheel nakakahilong kasama ka. Ayoko na sa'yo pero ikay tuloy pa rin sa pagtakbo sa isip ko. Sabi ko naman, iiwasan na kita pero ikay tuloy pa rin sa pagbida. Sa akin, ikay sa akin, walang iba mahal, ikaw lang talaga. Pex man, pwede pakis ka sa panga. Sana all, sana true. Pinakurente mo ang puso ko na para kang si Pikachu. Wow!
Baby, I want you back right now. Baby, I want you back right now. Yeah, the way you love, can you teach me how? Yeah, the way you love, can you teach me how? Di mahapay ang gatang, okay lang sa akin. Kasi pagtapos na magalit, di kay bumabawi. Kahit tinotopak, mahal pa rin palagi. Kaya please, come back to me. Alam mo pre, siguro kaya mo yan nasasabi kasi lasing ka lang.
Hindi ako lasing pre.
Sure ka? Kasi ako kung ex kumausap ko, ganito sasabihin ko. Gusto ko man na bumalik ka, di naswak talaga. Maliit na ngayong apoy, nililiyaban mo pa. Parang ayaw mo ng gabi na walang drama. Ginawa mo relasyon na ting telenovela. Di ko sinasabi na wala akong mali, pero karamihan na mali galing sa'yo be. Kaya kulang naman nasulat ang kantang to. Iniisip paano ko natuloy ang ating kwento.
Uy, teka lang, saan na ba? Bakit ba nagpaakit ka na sa kanya? Sa kanya ayoko na talaga kapag walang musika. Buhay ko yung ipininta, ikaw na nga, ikaw na nga. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Minahal ako pero iniwan din sa dulo. Hawak mo na lumipad pa na parang lobo. Miss na miss ko na ang yakap mo, mahal kong oso.
Lilingunin pero di babalikan.
Lilingunin pero di babalikan. Niyakap ko na ang aking nakaraan.
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 Lilingunin pero di babalikan. Lilingunin pero di babalikan.
Baby, I want you back right now. Baby, I want you back right now. Yeah, the way you love, can you teach me how? Yeah, the way you love.
Zone banned. Five seconds remaining.
Perfect. Well, we do have a pretty exciting matchup here. We're going to be following Group B, it looks like, for the Southeast Asian qualifiers. I don't know if did you get a ton of chance to watch much of the other matchups that have happened in this region recently? I know that you're from Aussie in general, but what's
putting up a prediction of who's going to win the game. Is it going to be Fnatic or Lowkey? And yeah, just see what chat thinks, and then we'll be able to talk to that afterwards and either flame chat or just say, you know what, you got it right.
Perfect. That's what I want to do. Hopefully a lot of the former and not a ton of the latter. But yeah, we'll let me actually post that. So is it the first one you sent me, or is it the second one? Okay. All right, we'll spam that a little bit. Tell everybody. Oh yeah, go to do it. One man spam. Perfect. Exactly what you want to see. Okay, Razor now taken. God, Lich Rubik to me always feels just like horrendous. I hate this pairing of heroes together. Maybe that's just me being a hater, but are you picking up what I'm putting down at all? Like just a couple people that walk around and don't really do all that much. Rubik's like a jump in and you lift somebody, but you need like some crazy burst afterwards to make the difference. I always struggle with like, is this actually good, or is it just that I hate playing this style of Dota? So it's just really integral to their strategy, and that's where they wanted to take it. Troll Warlord also always feels a little bit strange nowadays. It could be cool though. I'm tentatively optimistic. What do you think? Whose draft would you rather play right now at this point with only 4 picks in?
God, it's hard to say, especially without knowing what Fnatic's remaining pick is going to be, because just looking at it from a typical Lowkey going to actually
And unfortunate situation for him there.
Yeah, that's the price of getting DJ Farm. I mean, yeah, he's getting a decent amount of experience and gold here, but it's still the case of what can he do with it? We've seen him do such great things in the past. I remember a game when he was playing that pause for Tusk and he finished the top of net worth still. This was years ago, but he's able to do some magical things.
Down bottom, we see the kill there onto the Rubik. Pretty quick and easy to take him out. It's going to be a salve up from Jabs afterwards. Should be able to get in a position to get this pull off too. So a couple of quick kills across the map. I mean, I guess that's the other issue that comes about with Ice playing on this Slardar against like the Razor matchup is it's so hard to do anything. And Teehee wanted
profit at the moment.
limits, it looks like. Just walks over there, throws a little Ooh. Solo, I mean, the other benefit of this is you can just head over here and stack up double camps for the Tinker. Jabs again, gonna try and mess with this Rubik, who's pulling back the wave again. Of time so far, as you see in terms of his CS. Just looks like he's missed a couple of them, as well as being denied every now and then. But the bounty rune's going to be going 3 into the favor of Lowkey.
Yeah, I think Tihi's still doing okay. I'm more worried about this mid lane, really. Despite the Tinker getting the first blood, Death Prophet is still about 600 net worth ahead.
I'm not sure what Ice is doing exactly, but he feels like he's doing it okay. DJ is back behind the tower here. I believe he's within vision, so lots of heroes mid, and Ice is finally going to take the creeps back towards the lane that he's supposed to be in. He gets a little bit more time to himself. But yeah, I guess that, you know, you need to get some more points up in Tinker for the March before you can try and move in and take those, and in the meantime, more and more stacks being built up. It's still a little bit scary. Is there anybody from Fnatic that can really come in and sneak them? Doesn't look like it. Not really. I mean, you don't really want to be rotating at that point with the Troll Warlord. You don't want to be using all of your mana as this DJ. You know, he's only got clarities. It's kind of difficult. Oh, up top, Tihi. Go down 2. Oh my god, Moon! Gets the turn double kill. It just runs in and kills him. Yeah, I mean, Exorcism, OP. He's 1,000 net worth ahead now of both the Tinker lead already. DJ, realizing there could have been a ward in the area, is going to place it down, but it is a little bit too late. There's still a lot of gold just being held in this area right now for the Dire, but losing that top tier 1 tower certainly hurts. Yeah, and they don't even have the outpost to be able to TP2 as well. That's something that was snaked out by Fnatic. JG gonna try and clear through this, but Moon moves back in a position. If he's able to snake away some of these, that is really, really bad. So Fly Solo dies to Moon. They get the lift back in, but the Earthshaker shows up, and now they might just end up losing the Rubik as well, and DP taking out a huge chunk of that stack. Man, it is just all going Fnatic. Yeah, perfect timing to be able to do that as well. Realizing it was the 7-minute mark, that's when the neutral items are going to be spawning. And, you know, Lich had been missing for a while, so they knew that there were a few stacks going on there. You had Moon, who's clearly the strongest in the game, and he's like, right, time to ball up. I'm not sure. It sounds like you're cutting out right at the end. Maybe you might need to change your voice settings slightly for the keypad. Oh, the cutoff. Yeah, but yeah. Regardless of that, it is Fnatic owning face, doing it real well. Yes, absolutely. The other one, they're just gonna move on in here and try and sneak away another round of creeps. They had some good vision. They know that that's the way that this Tinker catches back up. He might overextend a little bit here if they can manage to move into the area, but with Oracle behind, too tough to make it go on him. The Moon, knowing the limits of his hero, playing it beautifully.
Yeah, and Ice is just slithering his way through as well, making sure to be that constant beefy bit of protection for them. Is he going to be in a bit of trouble up here on this Razor, though?
Looks like the blink used, got him caught, chase, although all that damage is being drained now. And some decent chunks on Ice. They pop the ulti from Teehee, and it is not going to translate into a kill. So a lot of damage stolen, but not enough to be able to chase him down. Moon's gonna come in, kill off the Courier, now try and kill off this Rubik also. There's bullying going on here.
Yeah, trying to make the best of a bad situation by using the Eye of the Storm to take some of these creeps. You can see they've actually cut the tree that allows you to take it from the low ground as well, denying this outpost away from Lowkey.
Moon is still in all of them. He's gonna kill off another one. DJ and Moon combining to take down Fly solo. 7-2, but it is a 2,000 gold lead before 10 minutes, and not feeling like it's gonna slow down anytime soon. They're just owning them.
Yeah. 10-minute mark about to hit up, so that outpost experience, will they be able to get it in Teehee on time? I think maybe he might just be a tiny bit slow.
Oh, yeah. Half a second too late. That is really frustrating for the Razor. Well, you know, sometimes these things happen. I will say they haven't lost the mid-tier 1 tower yet, so some things at least going somewhat okay-ish for Lowkey in that respect. This is always going to be a strong pushing-oriented lineup. I think one of the dangers is that this Troll Warlord is really getting a completely free game right now.
Yeah, we basically haven't called Savage's name at all, which is never a good thing if you're on the opposing team.
Yeah. Getting everything that he wants. Zeiss taking down that outpost from the high ground. They managed to pick up the trusty shovel on the Tinker. And he does have his bots done now as well. So maybe the beginnings of some inklings of hope. Those other side lanes pushed out. Again, not the greatest heroes on the side of Fnatic for trying to chase him down.
If they do manage to pick off this Death Prophet, though, that's going to be a ton of gold going their way, just with the way that they changed up the calculations for the bounties that you get. The ones ahead now give up so much more of a percentage of what they have.
Understandable. Beta Broach for Slardar. They just, like, you can just see, though, based upon the way that they're playing, there's just no fear on the side of Fnatic at all about what's going on right now. Although, maybe there should be. Ice pretty far into there. They've already used the Sinister Gaze, but the slowdown's coming. In the meantime, they managed to kill off 23 Savage, so if Ice gets out here, this is real bad. The root's there for a little bit. They don't have enough slowdown to make the kill happen. And so the end result is just going to be a dead Void Spirit and a running away Slardar.
I think that's just the difference, right? Ice knew the limitations, knew that he was going to be able to pull a few heroes away. In the meantime, they killed the Void Spirit with some of this decent lockdown that they've got.
Yeah, absolutely. So Fnatic gonna come and try and do a little bit of an invade here.
Ideal, especially when you've got DJ who's already used his Echo Slam and he's only 600 gold away from that Blink Dagger, so you would think that by the time it's off cooldown he'll be very close to getting it.
Absolutely. Alright, let's see, where are we at? Still 2,000 gold lead. They're gonna take back that outpost another round. Ice still playing very aggressive. Just gonna run over there. Teehee spots him out. We get a little bit of static link going, and then they back out afterwards. Movement coming in from 23 Savage, and they're just going to continue to assert dominance over this area of the map, leaving just this small part of the place where Lowkey can kind of play. Sam H is still going to be able to play somewhat aggressively there on the bottom lane. Popping the Exorcism for this one. Going to Glyph as well, so the creeps don't die that easily. Moon should be able to take this tower out now, I think.
And you can just see Ice understanding his full potential, right? He's going into this bot lane, he's trying to harass off this Void Spirit. He's not going to be able to take him down, you wouldn't think, but it enables the rest of his team to, well, hopefully do what they want. But decent repel actually coming from Lowkey to push this Exorcism back into the jungle.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to get him. Okay, so they're holding on to the tower. Much needed. Jab looks like he might get one of his wards scouted out here. And maybe they can find one. 23 Savage, they take it off. Chase forward, he's still got his ulti if they need to use it. Jabs takes away the Purifying Flames, now throws that on 23 Savage, and he is going to be able to get the TP home. So they lose the Oracle, but they are going to get out with the Troll, and that gives enough space for Fnatic to again pressure mid, but as the rotation comes back, that's going to stop the pressure, and they're holding on.
Yeah, I don't think they mind that too much. Yeah, False Promise is off cooldown for another 90 seconds, but only 100 gold away from DJ's Blink Dagger, so they're going to definitely look to try and make something happen as soon as this Oracle's back up.
They're trying to bait the Tinker right now. Ice is thinking about it. They know he's over here. Solo's going to run in here. They know he's in the area.
Mercurio.
And they find him. Okay, Ice. Vision got. Are they going to collapse on him? They need the rest of the heroes to come over there, and they will be able to get the lift off from the Rubik, pull him back in. No more control quite yet. They throw out the Chain Frost, and with the step forward, they manage to take him down finally. So another nice pickup there for them. One tower still standing. Like, this is not horrific.
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent little skirmish there by Ice. I think he might have even lived if he didn't have the infused raindrops in his backpack still. I know he moved them out when he was kind of positioning around mid, but I guess just wanted to keep him.
Bottom tower is under attack.
See, he gets caught there by the root. Nothing doing though, no follow-up. And we talked about it. I mean, it's not just the Death Prophet who's going to be able to catch up by virtue of getting those kills, but, you know, taking out anybody is definitely hugely important. Looks like it's the, unless I'm mistaken, Sanjin Yasha build he's going for, or is he just going to go for the Abyssal? Not sure which way he wants to go on 23 Savage right now. But BKBs are going to be a problem for Lowkey.
Yeah. And he's gone the SMY, just wanting to mitigate some of that crowd control with the status resistance that comes from it. And I think now he's going to go full on damage.
DJ?
Alright.
He away? Do we have a lockdown? Not quite.
Oh, he was actually blocked off by the Fisher there on the Rubik. Meanwhile, they're taking the outpost, but Roshan was being contested by Fnatic's side and having to back off a little bit because they saw the outpost being lost out of their control.
Okay. Moon finds himself one. Did not manage to make anything else happen, and now Fly Solo also in some trouble. Is he just dead too? I mean, it looks pretty close. And TP away, one more punch. They take him down. Both supports just eaten up. Dude, Moon is so good. This guy's a baller.
Yeah, I mean, back when he was playing on Mineski at TI, he was a big reason why they nearly took down Secret in that lower bracket. It was an immense display, going so close right down to the wire.
Right. Absolutely. 17 and a half minutes. It looks like they're going to try and take down Roshan at this point. Got Corrosive Haze. They can throw on it in just a second here. And Moon not needing to pop the Exorcism for this is pretty value. So again, it's, you know, that sort of impending sense of doom that you get of a BKB on these heroes. Like, what the hell are you going to do with that? What does the DP have coming out right now? She's got a Blink Dagger, actually. Okay, that's also terrifying.
Yeah, so we talked about what the Tinker's going to be able to do on these backlines. Now you've got this Blink Dagger as well to deal with on the DP that can just stand right on top of you. Doesn't really care all too much if you get off these March of the Machines. You know, you're going to be able to out-drain anything with your Spirit Siphon.
Yeah. Looked up there. Yules. Looks like they are going to be fine again for the moment. Void Spirit thinking about going for his own Yules, but saving for buyback right now. Jump forward, the Fissure on the wrong side of it. A rare miss from DJ, and that's Exorcism pop for this too.
Dyer's top tower is under attack. Top tower
Yeah,
is falling.
I mean, I'm trying to think anything else that they can really transition that into, but mid lane, creeps aren't pushed. Very nice TP down forward by the Tinker to make sure that he's cutting that wave as much as possible.
They stopped that. Exorcism's still going. This is a dangerous position in a way for Fnatic. Like, they've invested in these blink daggers, which are really solid for positioning, obviously.
Radiant's bottom tower
But
is under attack.
if Lowkey are able to take the fight as Exorcism wears off, that could be good for them.
Oh, here we go around this southern outpost.
Chase down, looking for the opening. Echo Slam only onto one, not absolutely great. A silence onto two is solid, but they stole Fissure and throw it back onto that Earthshaker, so he's dead. And now 23 Savage is kind of in no man's land, does have the battle trance available, as well as that false promise. With the Tinker volley of spells, it looks like they're going to lose that Void Spirit. Again, not great, but not absolutely horrible. I guess losing the both of those is pretty bad, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not awful. I think the bigger deal is losing the outpost, honestly. You can see how highly Fnatic are prioritizing it, making sure they're just denying as much experience as they can from Lowkey. Right. Even with that Yule's pickup that just came from the Void Spirit, he wasn't able to withstand a lot of the CC and silence and everything that was coming out from Fnatic.
Right. And they're keeping the towers somewhat alive, although they did lose tier 2 top. And you saw immediately Moon ran up to that other outpost to make sure that they weren't able to sneak it away on the other side. Yeah, Tinker, the Death Prophet at this point. Fissure block off. Do they have any follow-up? He has a Blink Dagger. One time. Top lane.
Yeah, I mean, cool.
That's not good. Oh, maybe a chance for a living. Okay, never mind. That's not gonna happen.
Moon though, Moon's in trouble.
Chase. Sam H looking for the follow-up. Doesn't have anything left in the tank. They can't get him. So all of that, they lose the Razor, and they're not going to be able to find a follow-up kill. Looks like. Missed the 8 run. Pull him back in. Fissure block down, and the double round of missiles and the lasers. I'll get the kill.
That's a big commitment though, just to take down a position 3 who, honestly, Ice doesn't have the most farm in this game. It's his counterpart on the Void Spirit with Sam H, who's been in the lead basically most of the time.
He's had a much more pronounced role. But as is often the case, you have DJ there that's sort of picking up the slack for the other extra bit of farm that they've got. This 23 Savage is going to run in, try and find this Rubik. Fissure lands, trying to kill him off in time. Rooted, killed.
Nice chain frost.
Last little hit. It's going to be a good Fate's Edict, keeping that or rather the troll from going down fully, but they do burn through the
Moon's very low.
Maybe a chance here. He's going to go down. He popped Exorcism before he died, too. Now 23 Savage trying to go to town here, but they get the disarm. The taunt comes out. The chase forward. False promise. TE dropping low, but they get the blind there. That's going to stop the pressure coming in. Sam H, it's hard to track down this Void Spirit in the midst of all of this. Draining the mana. Big Echo Slam coming in from DJ, but it does not look like it is.
Tickets come back.
The second salvo of spells comes out. They don't get any extra damage there. Onto the Tinker, so he can back out again. By solo, lift, pull back in. They don't have another Sinister Gaze, but the Fissure lands out, and that's going to be a big one. If they can kill off that Earthshaker, all the control that you got from Fnatic falls apart. Ice picks up the regen rune. That's going to be able to let him back into this fight, but they break it with Lucifer, stun. Sam H, taunted. Tinker's back again, but they can't do anything else.
Man, the crowd control in these team fights is absolutely nuts, you know, being able to catch someone out if they take the slightest misstep. It's kind of like the, you know, the Spider-Man meme where they're just pointing at each other. It's like that, but CC.
Dude, it's a lot. I mean, just look at how much damage they dealt, though, and that's, I think, a testament to how good Oracle is in a game like this when you can't find him.
Yeah, I mean, Jabs has been playing amazing this game, and that's the thing, right? You pick up an item like this Yule Scepter on the Void Spirit, and it enables you to get that early initiation. It enables you to get these pickoffs, but it just feels like no matter what you do, Jabs is going to be there to be able to save whoever gets gone on. It's just been that good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's died once, right? And that death prevented the troll from dying, so it was well worth it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Speaking of which, 23 Savage is going to reveal himself down here on the bottom lane, and everybody except for the Tinker's coming in right now. They're going to try and find heroes coming in behind.
Oh, counter smoke.
A chance. Looking for the jump, lift, open, and he is dead. A nice way to open onto this. Ice, thinking about going in, but everybody's here and they don't have the Death Prophet. So it looks like they're going to be able to get the tier 2 tower. This is a really nice move right there by Lowkey. And can they find any more? If the Remnant
DPC being in.
That's big. Ice goes for it. Moon.
Exorcism's off.
This fight here. Gonna pop the Exorcism. Sam H jumps through Aether Step. The Fissure actually gonna block off on the other side from Teehee. But with Ice chasing and a blink from Moon, that's enough to get the kill they wanted. So an overextension, but again, his Exorcisms, like, it's good to win the fight, but they're not taking objectives afterwards with it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're going to die somewhere at this point of the game, dying there, it's okay. I thought Ice might have been a little bit too eager to fight, given that DP didn't have Exorcism up at that time for about 20 seconds, but just knowing where to position himself, bait it out a little bit longer, and enable the DP to TP in, get that extra 10 seconds, and then get the Exorcism.
Right. Well, and again, you know, we're getting to these BKBs. They're getting closer to them on Fnatic, but I feel like there's still like this, I don't know, anxiousness to run in and take the fight, which, while I agree with it, it's kind of forcing them into fights that are not great almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just Dota in a nutshell though, right? Yeah. Taking fights that might not always be the best, but, you know, it's fun.
Yeah, it's true. Fair enough. Got the double Nether Shawl here, adding the spell lamp to the Tinker. An awful thing to exist in this world.
Yeah, it's, I mean, against this lineup, if you get caught out though, you're going to melt pretty quickly. That minus armor does a big amount of work against you if you're something like Tinker only with 7 armor.
Totally. Do you see Ice here? Have the Yule Scepter combo together with the lift for maximum efficiency. And then they run away.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Got a Dagon Tinker build.
Okay. So wanting the burst potential that they might be lacking a little bit. It's important to be able to take out the Death Prophet and the Troll Warlord before they're able to get these big spells off. Or even the Oracle, honestly, if you can catch him out.
Also have the Halberd that's going to be completed soon on this Void Spirit. Kind of, I feel like this is one of those like weird item build type things that you would post onto Reddit and be like, guess the hero, because I don't know if I'd be able to guess it with the Sam H build he's got right now. This is super weird.
Yeah, it's not something that you see every day. I guess Halberd's always good though against a Troll Warlord and a Slaughter, actually. You know that.
I just mean like Yule's Halberd lads.
Like, what are you doing, right? Like, what role are you filling in this game?
Yeah, it's interesting. I like it though. I like all of those items in a vacuum. As we see the courier get taken down.
Yeah.
Something else to mention, we just saw Dire pick up the best item for them this game, the repair kit. Drops right now, tier 3, super value.
Thankfully, it no longer gives the multi-shot though, which was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're able to get the tier 2 bottom as well, and they've taken the outpost, so that entire area is just low-key controlled, even with this Observer Ward in the mid lane. It's a very dangerous time to be on Fnatic if you're on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah. Well, likewise, I mean, that's why they're just playing up here pretty much exclusively. 500 health talent just picked up for the level 20 Death Prophet. Ice spots out Fly Solo. And 4 staff to the low ground. Oh, what a play. I don't know if it's going to end up working for him, though. And Tinker also pretty far out of position. What was he doing there? Now they need to get somebody. DJ is just going to be able to walk away afterwards. Sam H jumped in for that one, so he still has one more round of the Astral Step, but that is tragic. It can't happen like that.
And also, where is this repair kit? Needs to get to work.
Buyback already there from the Lich. This is just going to be a tier 3 tower dead. And there really was not any reason that the Tinker needed to blink in like that.
Yeah, it's one little misstep like that in a world quality team like Fnatic will just punish the hell out of you. You know, it's not quite as bad now where you could you know, previously take the shrines as soon as the tier 3 went down. Shrines don't exist anymore, but it just opens up that Roshan potential.
Oh. Speaking of which, they're right on into it. Looks like Sam H is going to come over and try and take away the outpost here. He's not careful. He's going to get completely pummeled. They get Roche. Ice jumps in to the Bash. Jewel's Scepter. He has a discipline if he wants to use that. No, it's silence. He didn't get it off in time. Oh, and using that Yule earlier, that one hurts. Oh, jeez.
And getting the Roche.
Yeah.
Thankfully, top lane isn't that far pushed in, and Tinker's doing a good job to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right, but they are going to be able to control the game, it feels like, for the next couple of minutes. Haystern picked up, and now trying to pressure out this mid lane. So Tinker can go for the spam. They do have a glyph.
Oh, Razor
on Fnatic.
Razor's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he's caught. And this looks like it's going to be another fissure turnaround. Chance for a lay. Teehee running away. Throwing the armor onto him. Blow up the Earthshaker. Okay. But he's still in some trouble. Gonna TP out of there. Any way out?
Great job.
Ooh, that was close.
Getting the BKB usage out of 23 Savage as well.
Yeah.
I was about to say before that craziness happened, if Fnatic was going to do anything else like they played the rest of this game, they would go straight down for that bottom outpost, and that's exactly what Ice did, denying them any outpost experience this entire game.
Yeah, they haven't gotten it once. That is a big problem. Take a look at the difference in earned XP. It's shooting towards that 20,000 mark. More than double right now. What's going on with the net worth lead? Very problematic.
Yeah, and it becomes that huge deal when you think of the 3 cores on Lowkey. They still haven't reached that level 3 ultimate, whereas on the other side, every single one of them has it, and there's even some level 15s up for the supports.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're doing it to it. Let's see if they're able to make this happen now. No Tinker March yet in the mid lane. And already they're in a position where they're gonna start taking down tower. 8th Remnant interrupted by the creep wave coming in. They've got the pipe there. Force staff forward, try to get the lift back. Good bit of damage, but he gets saved by his team. 23 Savage facing the right way after the force staff.
I think more importantly, no buyback on this Tinker. That's the big issue, and he's not quite that level 18 yet, so he doesn't have the full potential to be able to push out these waves.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be there in just a second here, and he knows that Dombe's gonna be on that top lane, so he can shove this out real quickly here, and then come back in level 18 afterwards. Although he does need to get back soon because they're gonna go for another push now. Although maybe they're just gonna give up this Rax. Lift up there by the Rubik, force staff forward. Fear pulls him back in. No follow-up, no damage, no nothing. They can't hunch him.
He's still got the Aegis, so it's not too bad.
And they have the ulti coming out from the Oracle to keep him alive. Another couple of round of spells going in. It's a good bit of damage. And the pause comes out. Get top tower taken down, so they're holding on, and they still do have that repair kit, I'm assuming. I don't know where it's got right now.
Is it just in the stash?
Under attack.
Lich has it. Pull him back in again. Force staff forward, another round of it. Force staff, keep Teehee alive. Still fine. Once he's stealed, got the Crypt Swarm. Sam H gets stunned. Can throw an Aether Remnant here if he wants. They're still hanging on to that Aegis. And it looks like after the creep wave's dead, they'll back out, regen up a little bit, and then be ready to go again.
Got that 50 seconds. Yeah, got the repair kit going as well. Only one charge left of it though, so maybe that's what Fnatic are really saying is the big objective that they want to take with the use of this Aegis.
Yeah.
We've had some fantastic 4-star use from both sides actually in this game though. Ooh, popping the smoke here. Might be in a bit of trouble here on Sam H.
Yeah. Chase. Sam H. Getting run down. Yule Scepter lifts them both up. Disassimilate. He's fine. The Aether Step walk away. Meanwhile, 23 Savage very far forward. Lift back, keeping the combo going. Chain Frost.
They just gone in 5 seconds.
The two of them needs to be careful here. 23 Savage healing back up afterwards. They kill off Sam H. Can they find anything else? The Aegis expires. He still gets the regen from it. So they're fine for the moment. Jab's trying to walk away, does not want to get caught as Moon is in the midst of all of them. And Tinker going to start to spam out the damage on to Moon, but he loses a bunch of his own life as he does it. Moon down to very low HP. Exorcism a while before it wears off. Is he going to live through it? It looks like he is. Just barely gets out of there and gets the blink out afterwards. So they lose the Lich. And Death Prophet able to live.
Edict coming in real handy from Jabs there to block out that burst damage coming at the end from the Rubik. The Fade Bolt in combination with the Stolen Crypt Swarm would have typically killed him, but again, Jabs is playing out of his mind this game.
I love these type of Oracle games. You're just chilling out, sit behind everybody, just cast your spells, nobody jumps on you. Life is good.
I mean, your eyes are just darting to the minimap constantly like. Yeah. Do you think it'll get that late though? I think probably not. Maybe they're waiting for the 40-minute neutral items and then they're going to try and finish things.
Could be.
Or be a big pick onto Jabs if he goes down. He's popping everything.
I just wants to live. They're TPing in the Earthshaker, so Lowkey very spread out. Abyssal Blade blows him up, and Fly Solo able to live through all of that, and now the Rubik caught. I mean, if you're going to go in, you got to commit fully, but they didn't do it, so they live on the Oracle and take down the other two supports.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Jab's God. I'm saying it. I know I'm a +5 player, but he is insane.
He did it. I guess the only worry here would be if, like, you know, you don't have False Promise to save your life at this point, but I think he's fine. All of them. It's really hard to imagine them getting bursted without the two supports there for the extra control. It's been integral to them staying alive. Use the repair kit on the tower, hoping to live
last
for as long
charge
as possible. But it is going to go down eventually.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Fnatic just gonna back out after taking that tier 3 tower. Chill.
Yeah, I feel like Fnatic know their limits. They've all been in the scene for long enough that they know what works for them, and it's looking like some good chemistry coming out for them in their first showing.
Yeah, definitely. It's really, really solid. I think that the only question that I really have is, you know, against some of the other teams, there were a couple of missteps. It felt like moments where they were taking the fights that they didn't necessarily have to.
Is this a previous major, or
no? Here in this game.
Oh, in this game, sorry.
Yeah, but I think at previous majors as well. The heart's done. He got there. My man did it. Mr. Moon.
There's a gem up on this slider as well, so just trying to give absolutely no vision to Lowkey, especially now at nighttime, makes it a bit safer for them.
Right. Keeping it cool. Tinker, does he have anything else past the Dagons at this stage? Doesn't look like it. Going for the E-Blade afterwards.
Yeah, I guess the strategy right now is try and burst someone down, whether it be the Oracle or the Troll or whoever, or even just use the E-Blade, force out that BKB usage onto the Troll, and then try and kite around until you're able to reinitiate the second time.
I mean, any amount of stalling that they can do is the way that...
Ano pangalan yan? Ay, nalain Fnatic and yung CS to. Tingnan mo kung baka delay o...
Decide to throw it onto the Warlord instead. Buildings dropping oh so quickly. And Moon talking a little bit of trash on his way out as well, because, you know, that's the way you do it. And rinse and
You can
repeat.
see how keen he is. DP using the smoke as well, so maybe trying to pick out this Tinker. It's got the blink.
Oh, got him caught. In some trouble. Oh, gonna try and TP away. Yule Scepter lift up.
He doesn't have buyback either.
Oh, and that'll do it. Poor Deer is the call. Up here on the other side, they found a couple more people. Ice, Ice, Ice. Troll Warlord on top of Sam H. The Void Spirit just wants to live somewhere, but Jabs might just solo him on his own. Doesn't look like it. Kane Frost back and forth. The Razor is dead. And GG is called.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Gusto mo ulit? Hindi mo kita sa'yo. Silang dito yung...
only nigga doing it. You other niggas ruin it. I'm too legit, go hammer with the foolishness. My nana said my grammar can maneuver this industry until I'm stupid rich, and now I'm stupid rich. Ah! Even if you go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Assuming this is more than humorous, the pimp a butterfly, my newest shit. In fact, the rumor is the way I proven it.
I'm a classic man. You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic man. Calling on me like a young OG. I'm a classic man. Your knees get met by the street, elegant, old-fashioned man. Yeah, baby, I'm a classic man. I burn through the hood like war. When everybody feeling so cold, I cool like that King Cole. And niggas get a bit of my glow. I got charm like a leprechaun, motherfucker. Now y'all fucking with the wrong motherfucker. Cheap beat like a dumb motherfucker. And we don't live by the law, motherfucker. Even if she go away, 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 I'm a classic man. You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic man. Calling on me like a young OG. I'm a classic man. Your knees get met by the street, elegant, old-fashioned man. Yeah, baby, I'm a classic man.
Classic man. That's on my mama though. I got piranha flow, fucking up your designer clothes. Casket man. What be your rapper's angle? Bunch of subliminal bitches. I'd rather finger bang them. Oh, keep on sabe. Pray to God nobody chop me. Catch your body over nothing. Top couldn't even stop me. I got key to my city. I got key to California. I might legalize your homicide and more marijuana. Let my daddy smoke his weed. Only thing that keep on feeling. I ain't got no jury on me, bitch. I got the jury in me. Oh shit. Let me talk my shit. I always been a shit. This ain't overnight. They love me now like they love me then. I know what I like. I eat the pussy for my nourishment. I know how to cherish it. I know how to decorate your wall and further furnish it. I'ma burn your shit down. This is what the furnace is. I'ma turn your shit around with some friendly services. Ain't no nervousness. Like I'm ratchet or conservative, and that's affirmative. All I do is lay up and face up my big bills and pay stuff. Got no chill for fake ones like for real. They say
I'm a classic man. You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic man. Calling on me like a young OG. I'm a classic man. Your knees get met by the street, elegant, old-fashioned man. Yeah, baby, I'm a classic man. Keep my gloves dirty, but my hands clean. Gotta keep the business in the family. Bread when I'm filling up the pantry. Now my niggas slang cane like a dandy. I tell you how it go. You pull out rubber bands, I pull out an envelope. The ladies on my elbow ain't for the show. Every man I'm on my team is a top general. Oh, gotta be ready for war, war. Should they get into my door, door? Get 'em, we'll get 'em. I know that we'll get 'em, 'cause I lived through this shit before. I'm a classic man. You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic man. Calling on me like a young OG. I'm a classic man. Your knees get met by the street, elegant, old-fashioned man. Yeah, baby, I'm a classic man.
Hi, my name's Dave. I know this is kind of ridiculous, but I'm actually a rapper, and we're shooting a music video all about how we can make the most epic rap video ever for no money. So we were just driving by, like looking at nice houses, and we noticed yours, and we were wondering if we could maybe come in and get a few shots. We saw this house. Oh. They were Jewish too. They had a mezuzah, or whatever the fuck you call it. Mezuzah? Do you guys live in one of these houses? Because I'm shooting a music video. I'm actually a rapper. Huh? Lil Dicky, the rapper.
No, thanks, Dave.
No shot?
No. Good luck with your video.
Really epic video.
Unfortunately, no.
Fuck me. Hi, how are you? I'm fine. My name's Dave. Yes. Nice to meet you. And you are? So I'm actually a rapper, and I'm shooting a music video where the concept of the video is how can I make the most epic rap video ever for no money, right? Like what's a part of an epic rap video? Like nice cars, nice houses. So we're going around hoping that someone would let us use their house for 15 minutes to film.
You want to do it right now?
If it's possible.
Is it just you guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
15 minutes in and out.
I suppose that's all right.
That's great. Sorry to disturb you. This is my crew, small crew.
LD, aka the independent variable.
Trap good, I was serving up the whole way. Hey, where the gold at, baby? Where the coals at, baby? Hey, where the dough at, baby? In the bank, you know I ain't tryna blow that, baby. Hey, we gon' save that money. We gon' save that money.
I gather this is going to be short and sweet. Short and sweet.
The Rat Gang got it all wrong. We ain't about to go and spend money just to flex on it. We ain't really got it like ya. I'm the type of motherfucker that'll check the check, do the math, I ain't never getting robbed. Those margaritas not going on my card. I ain't about to split a damn thing for convenience sake. I'm at the restaurant working that waitress. Hold up, you ain't heard of Lil Day, young L, the Jew biz major. Fuck you know about the world he raised in. I've been saving money since a motherfucker 13. I wear the same pair of jeans every day. Free sandwiches, homie, 2 stamps away. Book flight December, but I leave in May. Drugs are generic, but still work the same. I get logins for Netflix from my cousin Greg. Thanks, Greg.
I'm a rapper. I'm shooting a music video where the premise is how can I make the most epic rap video ever without spending any money? Because the song's called Save That Money, and it's all about saving money as opposed to spending it. It'd be like if I could grab one of these McLarens for like 15 minutes.
I swear to God, nigga. All of my bitches be scared of me, I put that rod in them. All of them bitches acting thoughtless, I disregard them. All of them bitches acting holy, ain't got no God in them. I can teach a little nigga something like a preacher. I can take his ass to church, fresh as hell, no Easter. I can make his ass burp like a baby without no hiccup. I can.
Quan, what does this have to do with saving money, though? You know what, a full verse would have been too expensive anyways.
I ain't parking at a less than meter green, homie. Haircut several months in between, homie. Hit the motherfucking lights when I leave, homie. Single plot TP, ass bleed. Airbnb, the motherfucking lease. I'm never there. I'm out in Cali. Why the fuck my company in Delaware? At happy hour taking out a chicken. I don't even care. That applies to both dating and wings. Heat matinees, phone bill. Got the motherfucking fam on it. 401k rolling over bands on it. Copper sweaters in the summer when the sale on them. The fuck you rappers bragging about? You overpaying for it.
Oh, this is so great. T-Pain just texted me.
He's shooting a video called Save That Money, and he's like stealing shots from shit, so he's gonna use our video shoot as his.
Like, for example, we went into a Lamborghini dealer. We talked them in the same way.
That's the best way I can help you.
We've gotten through every phase of society except the nightclub.
I ain't never hit a bar with a cover. Low thread count, hard with the covers. Free trial memberships, dawg. I never joined the shiz, dawg. Fuck you think this is, dawg? We been flying like a motherfucking finch, though. General style, half a dozen on a stick, just so I can whet the appetite a bit. What you talking about? My AC never doing nothing, blow fans, though. Walgreens, car shopping, all the off brands, though. Boy, go hard when collecting, got Venmo. Save every motherfucker roach, trying to smoke. Check the clothes in my drawers, I ain't playing around. It's LD, little boy, Mr. Hand Me Down. My dirty drawers getting worn, can you blame me now? You think I got 450 up in quarters on me? Well, I fucking don't.
Stacking up, pull up on the bed, baby. Hey,
100K underneath the bed, baby.
Hey, if you at a restaurant and got an iced coffee and the waiter been refilling that without a word of caution, and you get your fucking bill and you can see double charging for the coffee, and you told him there's a problem, sing along like, oh, don't double charge me for that. Don't double charge me. We like, oh, don't double charge me for that. Don't do it to yourself, cause I might just ask what the ice cube's worth. What the ice cube's worth, that's the only differentiator making this.
Look, baby girl, you're so damn fine though. I'm trying to know if I can hit it from behind though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine though. And when it's over, I press rewind though. Ay, you talking bands, girl, I got it. Benjamin's all in my pocket. I traded in my trues for some Robins. He playing Batman, Fetty's gonna rob her. Ay, I got a Glock in my Rari. Ay, 17 shots, no 38. I got a Glock in my Rari. 17 shots, no 38.
Yeah, she's fine. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walk past like praise, rewind to see that ass one more time. And I got this soda. Remy boys, they know us. All fast money, no slow bucks. No one can control us.
Yeah, my city. Tell me what you see. Is it money or it's me? I smoke 20, smell a weed. I got honeys in my V. They like Monty, can you be my baby daddy? I'm like, yeah. I got robins on my jeans. You see the wings on every pair. All you see is Remy boys. You know my niggas everywhere. And if somebody got a problem, we could meet up anywhere. Now go say some. Don't you niggas play dumb. You know where we came from. And you don't want sauce, no A1.
I'm like, yeah, she's fine. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walk past like praise, rewind to see that ass one more time. And I got this soda. Remy boys, they know us. All fast money, no slow bucks. No one can control us. Yeah, baby.
Hey, she a cutie, yeah, she fine. Made me wanna make her mine. She ain't nothing like them bimbos. If you like it, we can swerve. We can light and stain the purple and pluck it out the window. We can play and press rewind. Got her singing every time. Take a high note for me, girlfriend. Got my city looking rude. I ain't Diddy, I ain't loon, but I think I need a girlfriend. She feeling great as I'm talking to her. She a Remy girl, so I'm gon' pursue her. I brought a lot of loud, lot of Rem to sip on. $1,000 when I get my tip on. I'm off her. Asked her if a fatty real, she said that's all her. Got her with the happy feel, I'm about to spoil her. Got her.
That chick's at the best, she's so sexy. And I ask her what's her name, she's so Lexi. Nag-usap kami sandali, she wanna fuck me. She wanna fuck me. She wanna. That chick's at the best, she's so sexy. And I ask her what's her name, she's so Lexi. Nag-usap kami sandali, she wanna fuck me. She wanna fuck me. She wanna. Nick Makino bitch, iba ang aking swag. Kaya yung chick mo sa akin lumuwag. Nag-usap kami sandali, nadali ko agad. Checkmate, kaya yung mate niya galit agad. Yeah, I got the bestie, sabi mo kay bestie. She's so sexy, ooh, that's my Lexi. Labas na tayo, tumawag ka ng taxi. I'ma make your night, ooh, baby, baby.
Nag-usap sa gilid na dali sa banyo kasi makulit, yeah. Teka saglit, mag-hotel na tayo para malupit, yeah. Ako ang kasama mo kaya hindi ka na magigipit, yeah. Fresh as fuck, tang ina, bagong gupit.
That chick's at the best, she's so sexy. And I ask her what's her name, she said Lexi. Nag-usap kami sandali, she wanna fuck me. She wanna fuck me, she wanna
That chick's at the best, she's so sexy. And I ask her what's her name, she's so Lexi. Nag-usap kami sandali, she wanna fuck me. She wanna fuck me, she wanna That chick's at the best, she's so sexy. And I ask her what's her name, she's so Lexi. Nag-usap kami sandali, she wanna fuck me. She wanna fuck me, she wanna Dati di mo ko pinapansin, yeah. Ay, dati message ko iyong sinisin, yeah. Dati mga post ko di mo nilalike. Dati mga post ko di mo nilalike.
Wala nang gagawin, puro ganda lang. Save drop eh. Wala mo lang. Di ba lang boss? Good job yan. Lalo, doggy. Space lang. Unigold. Yara. May padigos dati eh. Tawag na lang mga
I've seen. I haven't really seen, honestly, too much of that matchup, but I don't know. I feel like OD's just capable of dealing with everything. The way that you deal with it is basically rotate.
Right. No, it's true.
And Tiny's pretty good at that, to be honest. So it really depends where they're going to play it. But we've seen, obviously, OG making their way through to the European closed quals. But JR-X, Tiny, probably one of the most prolific ones out there.
Did you see any of those games that went on, by the way? I didn't get to watch like almost any of them.
The Open?
The Open OG ones. I was just up for the Southeast Asian one.
I saw a few, just little bits and pieces. Like I saw Sumail get sunstriked by a Guardian player, which was always awesome to see. So that's just the fun stuff, right? I mean, why not playing in open qualifiers if you have a chance of playing against people like No-Tail and Thompson and Sumail, right?
Yeah, and if you beat them, even better. Because like, hey, come pick me up. Let's make millions of dollars together.
And have millions of fans against you as well.
True enough. Okay. So we've got.
There's the Abaddon ban.
That makes sense.
There's still a lot open though. I really like the Legion Commander here for Fnatic.
Any particular reason beyond just taking off the bat? Is it just that's the hero that you feel best about in that role right now?
Well, there's that, but also OD is one of those heroes where, yeah, any hero that hits more is always going to do things, but if you just give it that, like, it's the same with the Lifestealer, right, previously, or things like the Troll Warlord, where you need to stack up something, and with OD doing that, it just enables you to get these big ultimates off much, much quicker before the enemy team has time to react.
Really good. Super solid way to deal with them. They ban out the Arc Warden. So wanting to take the cheese away from Lowkey, and they go right into the Venge. Okay. Seems like a really good hero right now in general.
Mm-hmm. I thought it would be a really good hero around TI time, but it really wasn't picked all that much. It's only now recently, since those big mega buffs come from. Essentially, you have got this amazing aura, and you just need 1 point into it, and it's just amazing, right? And you just build these Helm of Dom, you build the Vlads on it, and it doesn't matter if you die, you've essentially got an inbuilt Aegis.
By the tier 2 Radiant Tower. He was playing Dire, and he got killed, but he managed to kill Mushi on the Lich after he died and also snipe a courier afterwards. Yep. Like, people just don't respect how much damage that hero does.
And even then, if you're playing it in a position 3 role, you might even be able to get away with going an Ags, and Venge Ags is really good with that fear that it provides.
Oh yeah. Spooky thing.
Now, speaking of Venge, I am, like I said before, I am red green colorblind. What color is Venge? And Void Spirit, actually.
They're both purple.
Oh, interesting segue into.
What a great one. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest, but it's just sort of a color that I feel like encapsulates me a lot. That's just the way it exists in the world for me. Let me repost it right now and see if it changes anymore.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm gonna repost it 3 times, and surely people will not have any idea what it is we're talking about because,
of course,
delay and all. Also, I just happened to look up at the top of the stream manager thing, and apparently this channel, Join Dota Yellow, has 322,000 views.
Oh, damn.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. So,
easy.
Yeah.
Easy trivia.
But yeah, color purple, it speaks to me, I like to think of it also, it's like a little bit of a mixture of like red and blue. I like to mess around with it. You ever get that where just like something vibes with you, right?
Yeah, it's regal as well. Lots of monarchy. Yeah, I mean, look at all these answers to the Backrider. Really, even the Void Spirit, right? You can't get insta comboed by that Yules if that's the way that Lowkey decided to build it. The Avatos combo is slightly less effective against something with an Omni Knight.
you think they're overcommitting to dealing with this Batrider?
Not really. I think they're still really good heroes in their own right. It means that maybe they're just able to be a bit more snowbally. It wouldn't surprise me to see them go something like a troll.
Can you keep picking up on putting down there? You feeling me?
Yeah, but even his voice lines say fire and ice, you know?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Should be.
Don't ice shame me.
Ice shaming Jakiro. It's the one.
True, true. Alright, so what are they going to be able to pick to counter this lifesteal? I still think the troll's really good.
Okay. What about it? What are you feeling about the troll that makes him so good against the lifestealer?
I mean, he just fights really well into it. You know, you're always going to build some sort of status resistance as well, and that combined with the Omni Knight, it just makes you basically nearly unkillable. It puts a lot of pressure on Batrider to get a lot of damage done to you, and with the other heroes that they've picked, Batrider is going to have a very difficult time.
Okay.
Radiant team pick.
Let's see. Razor banned out, so there's no world in which they can take it themselves. I'm feeling like this is a bat support more so than anything. Like I think at this point, if you try and play this core, I guess hypothetically you could say, all right, we're just gonna try and roll over you super early, but I don't think that they've built their lineup to do with that with the rest of the heroes they've got.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I will say this has taken this first series has taken a lot longer than I would have thought. Like we've only gone through one game and we're 2 hours and 15 minutes into our coverage already, which is a little bit scary looking forward to the rest of it. I'm not sure what all it is, but that's just one thing that I wanted to mention is that if some of these people, if they're playing in the later end of this day-to-day, they could start to run into some issues. I'm going to look real quickly to see if any of these guys have matches at the end of the day.
I remember I was listening to, quick plug for our friend Cap, him and Leafeater's podcast, and he was saying like at the minor, I think they had 5 best of 3s in one day, which is that is nuts.
Well, 5 best of 2s is like way easier than that, but yeah, that was insane. Slark last pick.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is this just player comfort, you think?
I suppose. I mean, he doesn't really. I'm just trying to think about what sort of combination on Lowkey is going to kill this Slark. I guess Void Spirit combo or Tiny combo needs to happen at the very start. You need to be on point. I just feel like Fnatic's draft is a lot easier to execute than Lowkey's.
I will say the silencer makes things kind of nice. Run in there with a Batrider and just pop global. You're going to need to get into the Guardian Greaves for Ice Ice Ice. Or maybe a Lotus. Maybe you can just opt to go for a Lotus.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm very curious. I think that this is the silencer pick made this draft a lot better for me for Lowkey. I don't know if it's great though, but it feels like what they're gonna opt to do is they put Fly Solo on this Batrider is play it a little bit differently. In a way, almost with the silencer pick, I would have almost wanted to see the Batrider get bumped up to higher position and then something else, but it looks like it's going to be a mid silencer with support bat and then a position 4 Tiny, so very much different than what we saw in the last game.
I mean, we've seen what teams like OG have done. You need to reinvent the meta. Secret have done it plenty of times. You know, Puppey, position 5 Brew, position 5 LC. You know, pos 5 Batrider is what works.
Basically, Lowkey is OG, is what you're telling me.
You can have traits, you know.
I like that. It's awesome.
I know in the previous game my mic might have been cutting out a bit. Is it doing a bit better this time?
You're still cutting out at the end, towards the end of it, but I think it's looking better. It's looking better. All right, but still cutting out a bit. Let's see, how many wins does he have? Wait, 3 and 15 wins losses Venge overall time.
Nag-edit ka rin eh. Editor. Gago na nawala.
To hero a couple of would never lie to me, so I'm just gonna believe it.
Hindi play up for niya. Tago. Ano nangyari? Ganda niya.
Get a free time for himself here. And is Faisal gonna keep going? I mean, he's sticking around. There's no stick on DJ.
Not quite fast enough to catch him either. And the good thing about this as well is it gives all that great solo XP to Teehee. Not the easiest contest for Ice to be able to just right-click against a lifestealer.
Right. And he pulls this one back. Yeah, whenever I would do like creep cutting stuff, it always, like, lifestealer was one of the most frustrating to do against, because he's always going to be able to farm really well, either underneath tower, connecting it to a creep camp.
lane.
One. Looks like they're going to go for the banish. The catch on the silencer. Fly Solo trying to eat through these cogs. They don't hit the correct one, and JG, battery assault, berry fire, he's living. Just like that, fine and dandy.
Nice body blocks as well to soak up those battery assault ticks by Fly Solo.
Denied.
Was working to try and break him out of the cogs a bit earlier, but I think if he tried to leave it, he probably would have taken the extra damage that he needed to go down.
Savage right there. Very frustrating, I'm sure. He got stomped by the Centaur, and that meant the last hit went to the range creep instead. So misses out a little bit there on Slated to the farm. It happens from time to time. Yeah, like you mentioned, Teehee having a good game so far. Ice though is going to get a double range creep, it looks like, and also kind of able to zone out the lifesteal a little bit because of the fear of the pure.
Especially with all this space that Fly Solo has created for him, it's really frustrating to do everything you can as a support, and then the core unfortunately just extends that little bit too far. I was going to comment on the fact that, you know, yeah, he's got the inbuilt lifesteal from the feast, from the open wounds, but didn't have any tangos or anything like that left, and up against Ice with a purification, it's always going to be a difficult prospect.
We'll get this connection over here on this pole. He wants to lead into it. Has the Javelin, assuming that's going to be back towards the Maelstrom, there's been a couple of games where I've seen like randomly lifestealers trying to rush MKB, which is just, it always feels really weird to me, so I don't know why I've been seeing it, but back here towards mid, Moon in some trouble, gets tossed back, and they're going to find that kill. +2 for the silencer.
Ice is a little low as well. He might be in a bit of trouble.
Chase, Teehee wants the revenge, not gonna get it. As
DJ coming through as well. Rage was used.
Battery assault, Fly Solo. He's gonna get caught in some trouble. Teehee turns on to Ice. He's gotta be careful here. This could be real bad real quick. He's getting up in his face. Purification out. Rage, turn, trying to fight, trying to kill. Gets body blocked for a moment by the creeps, and now DJ's there, almost able to get the kill. They have another Cogs pushback and battery assault in just a moment, and that should do it. A double kill for DJ. And that just felt like a freebie.
Yeah, DJ and double kills. Name a more fitting combination. Again, Moon is getting harassed here by this tiny, but jabs, the rotations come through.
Stun goes out, can't do anything with it. JG, kind of the lone bright spot in this game right now. 29.
Radiant struck.
sa'yo, tingnan mo sa'yo. Okay, maglaro na. Sige na, tinignan ko lang kung lago o hindi.
Again,
Pare.
who is just going on a mission. He's just
Pare.
hanging out in the jungle.
Mas yan, dalawa pa. Meron pang
Now, relax a little time on it. Sam H. Domingo.
I'm not sure. Some nice items coming through as well.
Oh, he's trying to sneak it. Unfortunate timing for Moon to be there right then. Away. Now it looks like they're gonna just have to commit for one or the other one. I mean, Lowkey need to get this at some point.
They need to get a outpost at some point in this series, right?
Definitely.
Jabs. He's getting going on a little bit by Fly Solo here. It's only level 1 Firefly, so...
They do manage to get that kill. DJ on top of GJ though. Level Silence comes out. Still hitting into him, trying to do what he can. Can he get this kill first? Needs another hit, but it's not going to be there. And on top of that, losing the Tiny and the Silencer. Looks like they're going to run immediately.
Hello. Hello.
This could be big for him. Excellent.
Sino yan yung bike mo? Yung bike ko. Para pa tayo may ilaw dyan.
Stacks starting to come up.
Only 3 of them, but still not bad at all. Got Maelstrom done on the Life Stealer. No boots yet. Just sitting there with the Windlace. I think they're coming out on the Courier at this point now. 3 heroes up in the jungle. They will run into the OD. Step forward, gets the Remnant. Avalanche toss afterwards. Moon, good bit of damage down. He does have that Say's Eclipse. Needs to be careful as they try and finish him off. Sam H is going to be able to clean up here, it looks like, with the help of Teehee. But they lost the Tiny. Now Sam H, can he get out? As another Aether Step, they jump forward with the hook shot. Able to get him. Remnant, not enough. Make the escape.
And the hook shot into the back of ISIS, but that was all he needed just to get that couple of little ticks of the battery assault up and catch up.
Everything that he's kind of wanted, just in case somebody was over there, but won't find him. Diffusal Blade done, going back for the Aghanims, and then you compare what Teehee has at this stage, and yes, Maelstrom, decent timing, but only brown boots. It feels as if 23 Savage is in a much stronger position right now. Although if they can get a kill on the Ice here, this would be huge. So Avalanche, toss afterwards, JG in the area, gonna get body blocked, gonna get killed, but they did manage to find Fly Solo again down bottom.
Yeah, I think if anything, like 23 Savage is doing what I think Lifestealer should be doing. He's just farming away, right? Lifestealer's got the accelerator in the Maelstrom, so he can, you know, sit in the lane, he can farm these creeps, he can go to the jungle, where 23 Savage, he's got the Diffusal Blade, so his potential is through getting kills. So you should honestly just be leaving the Slark on his own.
Avalanche, toss, jump Thor, they get the kill almost onto him, but it's not quite gonna be there. They miss on the Remnant as well, pull him back in, the disassimilate, jump out. Sam H still has him in the sights, but they're not gonna be able to catch up to that Slark. So they managed to find one kill, but not the second.
And now their time's just being taken up by this Jab's illusion. He just sits him perfectly still, you know what? Oh, it's fine. But yeah, I think it's fine to go for it like that if you commit everyone to killing the Slark just because he's had a good early game, but you can't half-ass it. You can't just send 1 or 2 people there and expect something to happen.
Right. As far as the levels go, it's a little bit of a better story so far for Lowkey, but Fnatic are definitely the ones that are dominant in this game number 2 as they run into Ice another round, and he's really been the one to just keep on dying, and not a great hero to be losing a ton of intelligence, although if he manages to get away here as Fly Solo dies on the other side. JG trying to chase, but they're not going to get it. Hook shot in, finds one. TJ is crazy, and I think he's dead now as well. Just giving his
a little bit too keen.
Chase.
Realizing that Savage is here, he's getting very low though.
He goes down as well. Jumped into the middle of him and was not anticipating that silence that came out. All of the damage here. 4 dead suddenly. Lowkey hitting back in a beautiful way.
Yeah, I mean, Ice lives, but if the other 4 die, it's pretty damn worth it. And instantly looking to transition that into taking an objective. Tier 1 tower was already low, so why not? Gives it over to Teehee, and that net worth has really shrunk the difference between the two. Only an
we had already built up a ton of because of the Omni Knight. So I think that that's part of the reason they weren't anticipating the amount of damage that was coming out. And Sam H showing up at that last minute also. But 2,000 gold suddenly.
Yeah. The Slark essentially has no stats in the form of strength, right? At least until he finishes this Ags. So he was a lot squishier than I think Fnatic were expecting.
So we're getting closer now. It looks like to, is it Halberd that Teehee went for? Yeah, he's got it coming out, so he's gonna have the Halberd in about 1,300 more gold or so. And it looks like, is Slark gonna go back for Yasha now? He's got the makings of it. Oh, that's a good item though. People's Gift.
Yeah, especially if you can give that over to Slark. I think he will use that much more than the Ocean Heart. Yeah.
He's got Yasha done. They just got that Pupil's Gift. That makes a pretty big difference. Slark sitting now at 2,000 HP. Fly Solo.
He's going right in.
They get the vision. Need to be careful. Have that Heavenly Grace on them already. Avalanche, toss, jump in. Do they have anything else in the tank? They have Global Silence if they wanted to use it, but decided not to. Now they're trying to focus in all in onto this Slark. If they can get him, slowdown comes. He's got the ulti off though. And just like that is not going to be enough for the kill. A little bit of an overextension, and that might mean that Lowkey get taken down more than just a little bit. Lucify chased down by Moon, but they're going to focus on the other side, trying to kill off Sam H, who does have another Astral Step in 3 seconds if he can wait that long. It's not going to be enough there. They blow up jabs. Okay, and now Teehee is here. They've got an ability to chase this if they want. Not quite in range. And on the other side, it looks like Moon Savage will get out. So they still managed to take that fight somewhat well.
Yeah, a really nice turnaround, being able to burst down. I think a big part of that was how long Sam H was just able to distract 3 people, gets away living, and picks up the kill on the Venge. So nicely done by him to create all that space for his team.
And I like, do you need to focus the Void Spirit, or do you just let Void Spirit do what he wants to do and deal with the other heroes? Like, I feel like it's kind of an all or nothing strategy with Void Spirit, right?
Yeah, well, as we say that, looks like they're pretty keen to just keep running at them on Fnatic's end, but gonna have to be a little bit careful about that. They've got the Yasha now on Savage. Are they going to be able to get a pick with it though?
Just walk right in, see him. Gotta be careful.
Got the blink dagger.
The dark pack to wear off. Waiting for the dark pack to wear off. He jumps in. Gotta be careful now. Avalanche toss, jumps in with that hook shot, and they realize, okay, that was not going to be an effective fight. They run away. And I think the big thing that we've identified is that they keep on playing for these outposts.
Yeah. They heavily prioritize, and you can even see here Fnatic taking it with Moon solo. They're gonna have the blink dagger. Yeah.
Oh, and that cannot be afforded to happen. That's pretty huge for him. And I mean, that's the thing. They still had like a minute. The rest of them could have come over and gone and contested for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the one thing about Fnatic, if you're just basing it off last game, is that you know they're predictable. When it gets to, you know, let's say 2 minutes until one of these outposts become available, they're going to... a little bit earlier during the initial combo, and in that one they used it after the Shadow Dance was used, so just a little bit of miscommunication coming through here.
That's unfortunate for them. They are going to be able to, looks like, secure this right here. So
alright, they got one
on their way.
Get a couple bounties as well, so nice little bonus. They're actually leading the net worth as well.
Yeah, ever since that one fight that happened mid where they just like fed 4 kills to Lowkey, kind of been that big swing into their direction, and slowly and steadily Fnatic have been pulling it back the other direction. You can see though on win probability, still favoring Fnatic quite heavily with their lineup.
That is the danger though with this Slark. Obviously he's at the top of the net worth, but it's a big drop until the next hero on Fnatic's end, and while he's gone this, I'm gonna say squishy build at least until he picks up the Ag Scepter fully. If you could burst him down really quickly with this lineup that has, you know, the burst coming through from the Void Spirit and the Life Stealer and the Avatos combo, their fighting potential decreases significantly.
I'll say the Vampire Fangs is an interesting pickup. I would have thought we would have kept the Pupil's Gift for forever. I always think that's one of like the best Slark items, but now he has like even more night vision. I have to check that later, how much night vision he actually has with this.
Yeah, I would have been fine with him switching over with this. Yeah, but cool.
Fox pushback to eat. Turns Rage, wants to fight. He's already out. They do have global backup in 10 seconds if they can wait it out that long. And Fnatic have already used the GA. This could end up working well for them if they want to turn and fight onto this. Disarm, not going to be able to hit onto anybody. Banishment for the moment onto that Batrider. Global Silence is available now if they want to use it, waiting for a moment when they can open up onto this OD.
So now's the time.
First one to fall. Turning, fighting. Another blink in a second, possibly. Lifestealer chasing down for this as well. He's silenced. He's in some trouble. But with the pounce back up in 7, maybe a chance. Second Dark Pack, he pops that ulti as well. And looks like they're going to back out. You can't decide to go in right now. Yeah, it's been a bad decision. So they take that fight and they hold on to global.
Yeah, they hold on to global. The creep is still here, so they can easily take down this tier 2 tower. There was a nice body block as well of the pounce away by the Tiny, who I think has been playing a fantastic game. The whole time in that fight, I feel like a lot of the Fnatic attention was being put onto Fly solo. Even though he didn't have the mana to actually use the lasso, he was just sitting on like 150, 170.
He's hanging on to it wisely. Needs to pop it now as Tiki gets the runaway.
And it's
Good decision there not to panic and just pop Rage right when he came out.
They're keen to fight. They know that their timings are now.
Jump swap.
You don't want to lose your mid though.
23 Savage, he's not silenced in this. Needs to back out. JG, Force Staff not available any longer. The big ultimate comes down. Not looking like it's quite enough, but they've already lost the silencer. Can they find this kill on anybody else? One already goes down. Hook shot, toss back, jabs, tries to run. On the other side, they're zoning out and killing off that Bat Rider with DJ. But so far, it's a 3 for 3 and looking like it's going to be that finishing off in a 2 for 4, actually. Excuse me.
You have to be very happy realizing their timings here on Lowkey's end. With some great initiations through, disrupting a bit part of that fight. It felt like the Saudis was kind of dropping a panic there by just wanting to get something off to try and turn the fight their way, enable the Slug to start to make an impact, but didn't quite happen for him.
Yeah, definitely. It's a weird one now. Like this timing feels. Oh God, is he gonna live? He just wants to TP away. That's all I want.
Participated in this poll think that Fnatic's going to win, so
interesting.
They might be panicking a little bit here with their predictions.
Work it. Oh no, he let him pick up the invis.
Can't do that.
That's not good. I don't know if yeah, he probably would have been dead at it regardless. Kind of gotten that invis pick up. But
you can see here Samh infested. Looks like they're trying to get a pick off while Fnatic feel safe in their jungle, farming up these tier 3 items that have just become available. Nice ward placement though, enabling Moon to get out when he needs to.
They had vision of him the whole time there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure they stop that one, and the infest is gonna have to stop.
3 4 stuffs so far on Lowkey's end.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
3 Savage leading the charge. He has ridiculous vision right now. Finds the silencer right at the start. Force Staff, Shadow Blade, or Shadow Amulet rather, right at the beginning. They don't have vision. They don't have anything to detect it. Global Silence comes out, but it's after that Dark Pact. Another round of Force Staff gets him to the high ground, and that might be good enough. They don't have vision of the silencer here. Lasso immediately purged off. Not great. He walks into the 8th Remnant though. Holy Persuasion, or excuse me, not Holy Persuasion, Heavenly Grace. But nonetheless, it's Holy Toledo, because 23 Savage just dies.
Yeah, in a perfect position to instantly transition through to Roshan, popping the Shadow Dance maybe a little bit early there on 23 Savage, and copping the brunt of it as a result. They had all the vision. There was nothing on Fnatic's end, and it's nighttime. I don't feel like that's the sort of area that they want to be pushing into.
Yeah, that one's tough. And now they're going to get in towards the Roche pit, pick it up, head off on their merry little ways. They do need to come and deal with this tier 1 tower, but it looks like they want to try and find the kill. Ice not going to get caught. And so with that, they're going to need to deny this tower.
Radiant's top tower.
JG will get there in time to do it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Need to have some type of detection there for the silencer. I don't know if they just didn't see that the Shadow Imminent was out, but I'm pretty sure that at that point nobody had detection on the side of Fnatic.
I think it's just the instinct of the support players on Fnatic. It's that they don't want to be in that deep because they just didn't have the vision. It was nighttime, and Slark was basically at the tier 2 tower at that point.
Right. Oh my god. What a hook shot. What the hell? How is this a thing? Oh, he's got to run now. Although he can rage TP. They don't have anything to break it. Doesn't decide that that's what he wants to do. Rejoins his team instead.
Have you run into many Slarks since the slight nerf to his Ags?
I have not. Well, yes, but they haven't gone Ags, I should say. I've run into Slarks, but they don't go Ags.
I feel like I'm going to actually look at it a bit more because I haven't run into it at all. So, big of a change. I think it could have maybe been a bit more nerfed. Like, it's still 1,200 range. That's a long way. I think 1,000 would be fine.
I mean, in a way, like having less range can give you a little bit more precision, I guess. You know what I mean? Or like it punishes misplays less hard.
Sure. I would have been fine keeping the same range as well if they slowed down the leap speed. You know, that would have been different, but oh well. Trust in Ice Frog.
True enough. Well, 3,000 gold right now for Lowkey. Fnatic needing to come up with some answers here. And I guess that the big thing is that they're just, it doesn't feel like any of the fights that they've started, they've been able to like find that instant key pickoff. And to be honest, I feel like they've been going on the right target on the silencer. Like this is who you want to take out in the fight at the very beginning because he does so much of their damage. But maybe it's like not clockwork and the Slark hitting and the same timing together that's the problem. I'm not sure.
I think big credit behind that needs to go to this Tiny on Lowkey's end because he has the kind of lineup where you need a long fight to happen, and he's just disrupting that constantly.
Alright, Shadow Blade up from the silencer. They got eyes, they understand where they're at. Moving up onto the high ground jabs is just going to get killed, it looks like. The bash is there, and Vengeful Spirit is done. On the other side, Sam H chasing down one. Ice left all alone. He is going to drop with the Orchid on top of him, and Lowkey are feeling unstoppable right now.
Oh, it's a bit of the opposite. So now they're saying, right, we got a couple kills, time to take control of these outposts. You can see how desperate 23 Savage is to at least get one, and looks like he will by the time the Tiny gets here.
Lifestealer jumps out,
gotta help Lifestealer.
And they can't get it in time. Avalanche.
Oh, they did?
Oh, they did? Oh, nice.
I think so, just.
Well, they lose the Tiny, so well worth then. MH, silence there. He's got him fucked for the moment, but I don't know if it's gonna end up mattering. Trying to block it. The Dissimulate was kind of early, it looks like, and they won't find him. He went north, they went south. I feel like I maybe waited on that Dissimulate. Maybe he dies. I don't know. I thought he was gonna stay there and try to body block it.
Yeah. That's the thing. You just gotta have the Aussie attitude towards things. Just she'll be right is basically what we say about everything.
Oh, that's easy peasy. Okay, so where are we at now? Labs for Venge, holding onto the telescope. Probably the best thing that she could be doing right now. I know, I'm just, it feels like the problems should be solved with what Fnatic already has in the tank, right? Like, you've got great vision when it's nighttime going in with Slark. You've got really good initiation potential.
I'm wondering why they've chosen to go this, actually mid lane.
He's just dead. Fly Solo has been bullied this game.
Yeah. It has gotten a lot better, you know, granted. He was level 6, like, I want to say 16 minutes in, so it was a very bad position for him, but he's come back into it a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
I was going to mention with these neutral items, I feel like Enchanted Quiver isn't the best use on Moon. I feel like I would give that to someone else. Maybe give the Titan Sliver to Moon and then give the Orb of Destruction to Savage.
A little bit of a switchy up there. That is a really good item. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess valuing the status resistance, it is pretty important, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like it's important on OD as well, though, right?
We could just all have Titan slivers. That would be the dream.
Titan Silver as well.
Yeah, that one also. 3,000 gold lead, 32 minutes in, feeling rather close. I believe that one of the other matches that's going on also might have just finished up recently as well. But so far, if anybody out there is just tuning in from the other side of the bracket, the other side of the group stage, PNC, this is Lowkey versus Fnatic. Fnatic were able to win game 1 in really dominant fashion. Game number 2 here has kind of gone a little bit back and forth, but it does feel like it's Lowkey that are kind of holding on to the edge in a pretty significant fashion right now, I would say. If this game goes later, like, how worried are you for Lowkey? Do you think that they need to, like, sort of put the clamps on it? Can they just keep doing what they're doing and feel confident going into the late game? How worried would you be about, like, a Slark just getting out of control?
I think it gets to that point once Slark finishes his BKB, assuming he's going to go the Abyssal before that, that's when they really need to start worrying. But if Lowkey are able to take control, oh, no, they're going in.
Arc back there. Taunt comes out. They have
he gets away.
They want to use it. On the other side of it, though, they already found one. It's the Lifestealer. Teehee turns onto Jabs, wants to take him down so they can take away the save that would come. And the bash connects. Oh, right there on the mark, Teehee. Needs to wait 7 more seconds before his rage is back up. They did find JG, and he is just going to drop. No
silence was used.
And in the meantime, Tiny, leash, caught, and going to likely be killed as he is invis, but the dust eventually comes. So just as we talk about how good Lowkey are doing, they start beating.
Yeah, cast a curse, right?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't know. I feel like they could have taken that fight a little bit better, though, right? They didn't use the global. I don't think Void Spirit was really there for much of it, and there was a position where Tiny had Blink, Abba, Toss on 3 heroes, and he just didn't want to use it altogether. So it was, I think, more of an execution issue, that fight, as opposed to a state of the game sort of thing.
Feels like they kind of just got caught. Moon.
Speaking of getting caught,
they have Nullifier on Sam H. He needs to be careful, and he's not going to get his BKB off because of it. He jumps onto him. Silence, nullified, almost got caught out, but no, it's not going to happen. And so they back out of there, swap another round. Sam H tries to run, jabs, bringing him low with the catch, the taunt, but they have the disarm. And now Sam H, no more step for him. He'll step away. And they almost killed off that OD, but save coming from the Omni as well as the Venge, and I'll fly solo. I'm like, he's probably just going to be in the grave again.
Yeah, taking that team fight when you're 2 men down with the Tiny and the Silencer on the sidelines, so feeling pretty confident to try and pick something up, but again, it's just that positioning coming from Fnatic that's a step ahead.
And they're just going to lose the Tiny again, it looks like. There's losing heroes one by one by one. I mean, and you can understand like the desire there of the Void Spirit, right? He just got the Nullifier, he has the Orchid, he feels like he can blow up that OD, and he could have, but help gets there before he's able to finish the job.
Yeah, it's all a part of this great positioning, really. Like, Venge was in the perfect spot again. Omni got the Guardian Angel off again, so the Venge didn't even die after that.
Yeah. Silence is there, and Slark backs out as Lowkey gonna lose their tier 3 tower, but no barracks as of yet. Still not the worst thing in the world.
No racks, but if they lose another team fight, that's Roche gone, and that's the second Roche, right? So it'll be the cheese as well. Makes that high ground siege so much easier and brings them a lot closer towards these key items.
Oh god, they want to fly solo. Hookshot comes in as well. All they wanted is the freaking D ward. It is
such a heavy commitment. But clearly they're valuing the effectiveness of this Pulse 5 Batrider. Or maybe it's just food, you know, it could be one or the other.
Right. Well, I think that they were hoping to go right into Roche afterwards, but it's a relatively long respawn, still 13 seconds away before it's back up again. And holding on to this high ground is real important to them.
Yeah. Slark looks like he doesn't even want to go to BKB anymore. He had it queued up for a long time, but he's changed it over to the Butterfly.
Okay.
It's still the Hex that's the main priority here for Moon on his OD. Understandable, just wanting to lock down that Lifestealer especially, as well as the Void. I feel like Void's doing a ton of work here, and just surviving for a little bit longer than he should. I think the hero is fine. He just needs to have his strength tweaked a little bit. Like, he shouldn't be that tanky.
Okay. But like, what are you feeling? He's got right now 2.6 strength gain. I mean, that's not really a huge part of it, I guess. What's the big issue?
I mean, the issue is when you do finally pick him off or find him, you need to be able to burst him down, right? Like it shouldn't just be you can get caught and get away. So reducing the damage absorbed from the resonance, or reducing his HP in itself, or I don't know what it is, but something needs to change.
Fair enough. Well, Aegis now sitting there. Slark just pouncing all over the place.
Yeah, very keen. Using up both charges to make sure that he can get onto that high ground ASAP. Teehee's gonna have to come back instead of pressure this tier 2 tower as a result.
Got the instant shift duration as well, as they are going to throw out the repair kit, try and keep the melee racks alive. Toss back, it's there on Teehee. Had to use the 2 pounces again, but it's repairing up again. So everybody back now from Lowkey. They still have global available. Fly Solo wanted to get in position there with the Blink Force staff. Couldn't find anybody.
Maybe Fnatic realizing that, okay, maybe they're a bit harder to crack than we initially thought. Let's go get the outpost, maybe wait for the 40-minute items. But in the meantime, Lowkey, I think, maybe realizing it and saying, right, we need to bring the aggression to them.
They want to get the outpost also, so they're going to head right up here. See if Fnatic realizes this is happening.
Fly Solo is going to get caught out, maybe.
Get me out of here, I don't want to be here anymore. And they're waiting until right before it happens. See, this is the problem though, is that now when they go in to take this, the rest of Fnatic is moving here and plan. Maybe he can try and like play some type of weird avalanche game with it, but they're going to be able to take this back.
But if you're waiting for a key up, maybe on one of your cores, that fact of just getting them out of your base might be a good thing.
Yeah,
it opens up the possibility of the jungle.
Yeah, you can get neutrals now. So I was thinking about this the other day. What do you think about this as like sort of a cool little buff to Dire? The fact that like ancient creeps now are in the area where you want to farm as Dire, as opposed to previously. You can like neutrals more easily.
Like in their soul host. He dead. You mean like in the safe triangle here on their side?
Well, let's talk about it in a second. I think they're going to see another dead hero. They just pull up the freaking tiny again. Well, like, so normally when you want to try and like farm safely, right? Everybody goes to their own triangles. So you got Dires and you've got Radiants. The fact that you can get neutrals at a higher percentage on Dires in the place that you want to like safely farm, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do. I guess that's a little bit of the factor. I think the other thing as well is that in your jungle, granted it's not like it's the BSJ dead lane, right? For Dire, it's the top side, but you do have an outpost that you can control relatively easier. That can allow you to contest Roshan as well a little bit more. So that's another one of these little Dire advantages.
It's interesting though, because we were looking at like the picker side in this last game, and Fnatic was not higher over having first pick or second pick also. So at least they're feeling like it's Dire's the way to be right now.
Yeah, there are some teams that almost exclusively do that. I know Signal Ultra, who we might be, I think the next game actually, also do that sort of thing where they really prioritize the Dire side.
We got Tower dropping down, repair kit, trying to keep it alive. The best of their abilities. Jump forward though, big jump with the global coming out. They didn't have a reaction in time. They're going to be able to turn this back around as Wintry Savage turns onto him. Batches, they don't have the damage to take him down, but they've already killed off Jabs, and now lane into the Slark, low on mana, low on life. They do have the Omni-Knight behind him. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive though? This man
still got ages.
So second round could come out in a second. They want to block his path to be able to get the pounce off, and they managed to find that nullifier, but the dark pack came out first, and there's going to be the jump away with 1 pounce charge. A second toss back, has another pounce available as the taunt is there. They're trying to block his way, but he gets his ulti off.
Oh, the dieback on the silencer.
Jumping in, that's going to be a dieback for him. Seeing if they can find anything else. Abyssal Blade turn onto Sam H. This man is in trouble as he tried to jump back in, but Moon is just going to eat him up. No, Teehee Lowkey able to save a life, but with Ice behind the OD, it is too difficult to take that fight. And guess what?
No.
This man has just been eating up all of his items, dropping them down on the ground. Ice. What a little troll.
Have a soul ring, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of cheeky play. I mean, you can see they're trying to get this silencer doing a lot of work. He's bought the moonshine, but it just didn't feel like he was actually getting intelligence stolen in these team fights.
Yeah, it's true. He just gets eaten up. And Fly Solo is dead again.
Yeah, that's another dieback.
And they're at the end of the draft and like taking the Batrider second overall with like 3 potential counter picks. I felt like he did nothing this game.
And that's just the dispels, right? You also had the Venge, which they picked. So 2 counters to it. And they weren't even the ones, like, I don't think I've seen a single lasso cancel anyway.
Yeah, they killed Jabs though. They got him. No, they freaking overclocked. He goes back in. Oh, and OD blows up Sam H. TP just gonna try and run away, but GG is called. So in the end, as the high fives get thrown out, it is going to be a 2-0 for Fnatic. I think what most people were anticipating, although they didn't look super clean, it gotta be said.